Hello, everyone. Guess what? You know what I told you that we are going to be showing up more often in your house. Welcome to the Question Live Show with, of course, your host, Verona Willis-Brown. That is me. Yes, that is me. So we are here again on It Is Wednesday. Guess what Wednesday it is? It is Winning Wednesday. Winning Wednesday. And we are showing up together where we will not be winning. This is not a game show, so we will not be winning anything. But unless you want to win, then you never know. So again, we are here and it is Tuesday. And no, it is Wednesday. In some country, it is Thursday. But for me, it is Tuesday, and we are here again on the Question Live Show. Now. Listen. If this is your first time tuning in, seeing me, hearing me, and just being here. If this is your first time tuning in, and if you are seen live anywhere on your screen, simply mean you are in the live audience. Absolutely. And if you're in the live audience, simply mean I would like to acknowledge you. So what will happen if you're in a live audience? You're going to look for the comment section and you're going to type in that you're here for the first time. Yes, you are going to type that in. And when you are typing that you're here for the very first time, then you get a special welcome from moi. Yes, you do. So with that said, for those who've been here before, they know the rules that here we have rules, well, kind of house rule. 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5 or 4 rules. They are very, very simple for you just to listen to, bye, and we good to go. Yes, we are good to go. So they're very simple rules for you first timers that you will tune in. And if you watch a replay, you gotta learn the rule, I think. Somehow just try to learn the rules. So when you come back, you know how the rules go. And they're very simple. Rule number 1. If you are watching me and you see live anywhere, then you are in the live audience. And what do you do when you're in the live audience? You look right there somewhere, and look for the share button. Click. You are going to click that share button and you are going to share it and invite someone else to come on in to sit with you in the live audience. There's something about live audience. You see, live audience is like getting fresh food out of the oven or off the stove, like your mama's cooking. Yummy. You want to share that, even though some leftovers do taste good after the fact. Leftover is like having the replay, you watching it. And how many times do you want to watch the replay? How many times do you want to eat leftover food? So with that said, if you are watching me and you see live anywhere on your screen, or if you just click in today, which is May 10th or May 11th, somewhere maybe May 9th, I don't know. I think it's my time and your time ahead. So maybe it is Wednesday and Thursday. So whichever day you're watching this, most likely you will be watching it live. So yes, so that's rule number 1. Let's stop. Go. Rule number 2 is grab yourself something to write with, whether it is a pen or a pencil. It is a crayon, marker. Get a piece of feather for all I care. A piece of feather, but of course, if you get a piece of feather, you need some paint to dip it into, write with, scribble, write with it. And of course, you do need a notebook or a piece of paper. Absolutely. You do need that. Why am I telling you to get all these writing things? Well, before you do that, if you don't have writing tools, you know what? Use your devices. Absolutely. Use your phone, your iPod, whatever you use for your device. Use your device. Search it. You're going to see a section in there that says notepad section. Use it. Utilize that notepad section, people. Utilize it and make notes. And if you don't have that, on your phone, absolutely on your phone, these stops, they work. You text on your phone almost every day. Every day. Mhm. Use your thumb and send yourself a text message. How do you do that? You go in there and find your number and you send yourself a text message. Absolutely. Text yourself. What am I telling you to do? And what am I telling you to write down? And what am I telling you to text yourself? I am telling you, here we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets. And I am telling you to write them down. I encourage you to write things down. When you write things down, you're extracting the thoughts that in your head. And when you are extracting those thoughts, you put them on paper. And what happened to those thoughts? They can become reality. Express your heart on a piece of paper and they can become a book. So your thoughts come from your mind and the language to your heart and the whole conversation and you express all of that. You know, sometimes you have your emotions are falling all over the place and you want to get them stabilized. The best way to stabilize your thoughts and all those crisscross emotions, write them down. It's very therapeutic. Try to write things down. Writing is a relationship that you build between your finger, holding a pen, holding a pencil, and your notebook. Turn the page, you write down. There's a language that you have, there's a relationship that you will build. Now, next, which is number 3, grab yourself something to drink, whether it is water, wine, tea, juice, soda. Whatever it is that you drink, it's up to you. Maybe you're somewhere where you're having popsicle. I don't know, me. I like to have water, not just water. I like to have coconut water. Coconut water hydrates the body. Regular water hydrates the body too. So I recommend that you drink up your water. Yes. But the reason why I come with water all the time, because I could come with some juice. The reason why I come with some water in my fancy glass, first, my fancy glass was made by my friend. But the reason why I come with my fancy glass is because inside of my glass, I have my water, and I believe in miracle. Yes, I do. Why? Jesus is the best miracle worker, and he done turned water into wine. Yes, honey, he turned water into wine. So every time I come with my glass, I believe in miracle. You never know what will happen to my water. And if you've been here, you know that my water did change color sometimes. Right. But tonight I am having coconut water with a piece of pineapple in there. Yummy. So that's the other rule. Then the next rule is, yes, the next rule is if you need to go to the bathroom, whether your bathroom is to the right or your bathroom is to the left, please go now to the bathroom. And when you go to the bathroom, you're going to come right back. When you come right back, you're going to have your seat right here. Your seat is reserved. Yes. Your seat is reserved because your seat is the seat of life where your passion and your purpose, your goal, your expectation, all of that is sitting on your seat with your name on there. It is reserved. Now, we don't want to give up our seat, do we? No, we don't want to give up that seat. That seat is yours. And why would you want to give that up? Why would you want to give up your destiny, your purpose, your goals? Expectation, intentions? No. So you do not give that up. So if you don't need to give up all of that, your gifts, your talent, all of that goody stuff, don't give it up. Just have your seat right here. And let us roll into tonight's special episode. I mean, this is a whole new season. It is a special season. That is a special season of reward. It is a special season of reaping. It is a special season of manifestation. It is a special season of everything that you planted at least 3 years ago. If you planted something 3 years ago, honey, this is your harvest. Get yourself ready and time to reap and time to be rewarded, time to relocate, time for all the goodness springing up. Each time we do this, just remember, it is you that planted something. It is you that will reap what you planted. So anything that you planted, be sure you are going to reap it. Yes. So with that said, let me tell you that every day that you get is a moment. Every single day is a moment to plant, to reap, to harvest, to blend in, to do all this good stuff. But tonight, I want to talk about something. But before we do that, come on in. Before we do that, see, this is a Question Live show. This is a Question Live show. And this is a show that says if you have a story, if you have a book, work in progress, bring it on in here. So we could work together, so we could build together, so we could create together. But most of all, so we could support each other. Now, listen to me. No one person can succeed by themselves. There's no one out there in whatever status they're in that they consider success a status over there. They didn't do it by themselves. So if you find a celebrity at this point, maybe it's a singer, maybe it's an actor, maybe it's an actress, whoever they are, call them up, send them a message, I don't know what you want to do, but you research them. And if you find out that they succeeded, they got to their point by themselves, please send them to me. Yes, please send them right here. Send them to me, because I am going to tell you one more time that no one, absolutely no one on the space called Earth have succeeded by themselves. We oftentimes define success in so many ways. We oftentimes define success as wealth, the amount of wealth that you gather. But let me remind you something. Wealth is only one area. Wealth is only one area of success. How you plant it is an area of success. How you give back is an area of success. How you show up is another area of success. So, my dear, do not define success only by the amount of wealth you have stuck up somewhere, store up underneath somewhere, because that is not success. It is a place that you reach. It's an accomplishment that you have. We all want to search to find some form of accomplishment. And it goes back to what I am telling you, that your gifts and your talent will make room for you. Are you tapping into your gifts and your talent? Do you know what your gifts and your talents are? Do you know what your passion is? Because you can have more than one passion. Do you know how to discover your passion? Because when you discover your passion, your destiny is somewhere just waiting for you. It is calling you. Go after your destiny. And then you know your real purpose. Together, collectively, we have a purpose. Because when God made us, He made us with a collective purpose. And that is to serve each other. Because if that was not the purpose, He would have just created Adam and left him there. Hey, you stay there by yourself. He would have created Adam and said, no, I'm not creating nobody else. But from Adam's loins, He went. From Adam's ribs, He went. He went and formed Eve. He went and created something else. He went and created a woman. So, from that woman, from that man, I am here. From that woman and from that man, Cheryl is here. So you see, we all came from one source. So you're not like a brother to me, and you're not like a sister to me. We are brothers and sisters. So every single opportunity that we get, we must serve our brothers and we must serve our sisters. Yes, that is our sole purpose on this land, collectively. Now, collectively, we are still individual. This is where you, yes, you, have to find your individual purpose. This is where you have to go inside and find your gifts that are sewn onto your DNA, your talents that you develop from your passion, and bring them so they can ignite with somebody else, so we can grow, so we can replenish the earth. We cannot replenish the earth by ourselves. We need each other. I say this over and over again. Success is not defined by one person. Success is not defined by the amount of things you accomplish. Success is defined by both of us, you and I, working towards a specific goal. It is you and I with a strong determination. It is you and I in oneness. It is you and I that line up to lift up humanity. Because when you lift up humanity, the earth is being replenished. That is success. Where we work together. Where we don't compete, because there's nothing for us to compete. There's no competition between us. Because I have to accept my flaws, and you got to accept your flaws. I got to accept my failures, and so do you. I got to accept all my faults, and so do you. And then we are going to put that together. And when we put that together, we ignite that spark to develop into our beautiful, authentic self. So tonight I want to talk about how are we serving? We want to talk about monkey business. And then you might be saying, what is monkey business? Huh? I tell you what is monkey business, because oftentimes we hear about monkey business and it sounds trickery. It associates itself with tricking somebody. It associates itself with not being true. But tonight, monkey business is a totally different ball game, darling. Yes, it is. Welcome, Cheryl. It is a different ball game when we are going to talk about monkey business tonight. Because you see, inside my heart is carved out for a place to serve and to support you. Deep inside of my heart, there's a place that says, together we can grow. Inside of my heart saying, together we are stronger. We are a better community. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. So my monkey business story is, Every day I wake up and I stand in my gratitude moment, know that I still have breath, my life is still going. I spend that time acknowledging God, acknowledging the fact that, whew, I'm still here. I don't take it for granted, and you should not. When I get up and realize, oh, it's not the alarm clock that woke me up. It's not the sound on the outside that woke me up. It's not the plan that I planned to go to work that woke me up. It's when God says, I got something for you to do. When he look and say, oh, I got something else for you to do, I'm going to wake you up. So I don't take it for granted. But then I have a conversation between me and God. You see, I have to hold a conversation between me and God, because when he wake me up and I acknowledge that he wake me up, I said, listen to me now, God. You woke me up. No, you're responsible for me. Because you see, we got to know who's responsible for us. Now, if he's responsible for me, I need to know what the assignment that he woke me up to accomplish. Because once you realize that you are up, I'm going to encourage you to ask, what is your assignment for that moment? Ask him. Because he wants you to ask him why he woke you up. Don't just take it for granted, like, oh, I woke up. No, I could go to work. I could go to school. No, I could be the wife. I could be the husband. I could be the children. No, you cannot be anything unless God assigned it to you. So when I get up and I say, all right, let's work this out, what we going to be doing today in this moment, I wait to see who is going to connect to me. We got to set ourselves in a position to say, who will you connect to me today? How can I expand my potential today? How can I serve somebody today? How can I support somebody today? And if it's not on my end, how can someone support me? Send someone to support me as I support someone. So as I get to the monkey business, a couple of years ago, I met a young lady on the street, and we consider them homeless. But they're not homeless, because the street is their home. They consider the street their home. So they're not homeless. Yeah, they might have a less of what? Less of what? So you look at the word homeless. They got less of what? There's no comparison. To say, oh, I have a house, I have this. Oh, they built on what they have. You might say you have a house. Maybe you got a house with 10 rooms in there that you only occupy one, while someone is outside on the street using a piece of cardboard to cover their head. They're using an old piece of material to cover their head. But what is it? They got covering. At the end of the day, whether you're in a big 10-bedroom house or the person on the corner using a piece of material or a piece of cardboard or anything that they find to literally cover their head, they're being covered by God. Just the same way you are being covered by God in your 10-bedroom. We all are being covered the moment God wakes us up. So I met this lady some years ago. And when I met her some years ago, I took a liking to her. Beautiful lady. Very beautiful. You see, God made us all beautiful. Beautiful lady. And I was in the supermarket. And while I was in the supermarket, I was just getting my little grocery. And she came right next to me. And she starts singing. She was singing, and the voice of angel just came from her vessel. And she was just singing. And she started singing, I say a little prayer for you. I'm not going to sing because one day she's going to be here and she's going to sing that song. And she sang, I say a little prayer for you. And if you know the song, you know what song I'm talking about. I say a little prayer for you. Was she talking to me? I questioned myself. Was she talking to me? But then I look and I smile and I question her. Huh, were you singing that song to me? And she said, yes. I just met her. But she was singing that song for me. And she sang. And she said to me, oh, I love to sing. I love to sing. And I said, well, it's obvious that you love to sing because that voice. And her voice was just so beautiful that it just ministered in me. It just ministered to every part of my being. Just listening to her saying, I say a little prayer for you. And just then I'm looking at her and I'm paying for my things. And somehow while I'm paying for my things, my spirit spoke back to me. And to ask her if she need anything. You know, do you need anything? I had extra amount of something in my cart. Whatever the extra amount of things I had, I asked her if she wanted one. And she said, yeah, but that's yours. It is yours. And then when she said, it is yours, I said, no, you can have one. And I shared what I had in my cart with her. I did. I shared what I had. And I asked her if there's anything else she needed in the supermarket. She said, yes, but I don't have the money to pay for it. But that was not the question. I didn't ask her if she had the money. And it's not that I had money overflowing. But I asked her to go get exactly what is it that she needs. And she went and she got it. And she said, oh, this will be good for me and my husband. And she got it. And she came out of the supermarket with me and she thanked me. And she sang the song again. I say a little prayer for you. And she went about her merry way with a smile on her face. I went around my merry way with my smile too, because there's something about when you serving people, genuinely serving people, it put a smile in your heart. And she went about her merry way. And I never saw her again for a while. But she remained in my heart because I remember her message that she said a prayer. She said a prayer for me. Yes, that was her song. And then I saw her again. See, I didn't know that she was considered homeless. And I saw her again. And when I saw her again, she sang the same song. She never told me she was homeless. And I never defined her as a homeless person. But she sang for me again. And I remember I was going to a art center. And while I was going there, I saw her pushing the cart. And she had all her little stuff in the cart. Wasn't a grocery cart. She had all her stuff in there. And I said to her, oh my God, it's so nice to see you again. And you're singing the same song. And she said to me that she was related to someone, which I won't mention because I wanted to tell her story. She was related to someone that's well known. Good. But I bypassed that because I wanted to acknowledge her own gift. And while I was going to the art center, you know, they were having an event. And I said, come on, let's go together. And we went together. And while we're there, they decided that they were going to do something more creative. And they were going to have all the creatives come on who wants to sing and some want to give a poem and all this thing. And she sat down with me and she smiled listening to those who were singing. And she smiled and she listened to those who were reading their poems. And I said to her, you should sing. Yeah, you should go there and sing too. And she said, no. And I said, yeah, you should do that. Let them hear your voice. And she said, okay, because you told me so, I'm going to go sing. And she went up and she sang. She sang. I sang a little prayer for you. I say a little prayer for you. And she did the song and everybody was so excited and they were so amazed by her voice. The sound that came from her was so powerful. And everybody cheered for her and we were so happy. But the smile that was on her face, the smile that defined that, oh, this, you acknowledge me. That smile was our success moment. And we lost contact again after that. Yes, we did. But then I saw her again one winter night. One winter night, a cold winter night, bitter cold. I knew somehow she didn't have a home. When I last saw her, I knew she was struggling out there, as we all are struggling somehow. We all are struggling somehow. And she explained to me her situation. She explained to me how she was living. She explained to me, she confided in me and she spoke with me. And I consider her a part of me because she is my sister. And she looked at me as her sister as well. And she confided in me and she talked with me and we sat there and we talked. We talked. And as we talk, I look at her and we just have a smile. We shared a moment, a sisterly moment. Yes, we did. And I hugged her and I just hugged her and feel her heart beating on mine. I felt her heartbeat just pumping next to mine. And I said, that's my sister. That's my sister. But then she left again. A year went by. 2 years went by. And I remember the last time I saw her was in the height of COVID. That was the last time I saw her. And when I saw her, she was so happy to say that, oh, I'm healthy, I'm doing good. And I was happy that she was doing good. She questioned me to ask, sister, how are you doing? I said, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. And I'm doing better now that I see you and you're doing good. And I never saw her again. I never saw her again. But I prayed for her since then. I prayed she was okay. I prayed that she got better and better. I prayed for her during all that time and I wanted to see her again. I wanted to feel her heartbeat pumping on mine again. I wanted to say, sister, I'm here. I wanted to remind her that she got a sister in me. But I never saw her again. COVID went and COVID went by. People dying, people got sick, and I prayed for her. I prayed, I hope, I wish, I said, God, I need to know that she's okay. I need to know that she's okay. But I kept feeling that she was okay because we connected within her heart space. And I knew my sister was okay. And recently it got real cold, very cold in the dead of winter. My heart pounded and pounded and longed after her. My heart sent out a message, and I kept calling her from my heart space. And while I kept calling her from my heart space, the dead of winter, and it got real cold. It got real cold. And inside of my house, I sat down and I called for her in my heart space, and I hope she was doing so good. And as I sat there, I remember hearing a voice say, "Go outside." See, I try as much as possible that every time God wake me up, I try very hard to be very obedient to him. So when he spoke to me, I said, okay. He told me to go outside. Now, I come to a point where I don't ask God why. I just move and I just go. And while I was going outside, I was just walking. It's cold. I'm bundled up. I'm in my nice jacket and my nice scarf, and I'm bundled up. And I'm warm. But as I walk the road in the cold, almost dark, going, I saw my sister. There she was. There she was, standing by herself with bags and bags and bags of things. As I got closer and closer, I knew it was her. I called out to her, "Sister!" Now, I have no idea what's her name. To me, she's just sister. I called out to her, and she turned around and she saw me, and she said, "Oh my God, my sister." And in the dead cold, we hugged each other. And she shed a tear. She said, "I was just thinking about you. I've been thinking about you, my sister. I've been thinking about you." I said, "Me too." And we cried, holding on to each other. And we cried, standing in the dead cold of winter. We cried with each other. And I felt her heartbeat pumping on mine again. I felt her. I longed for that. And I felt her, and we held on to each other. And I questioned her, "Sister, how are you doing? What's going on?" And she broke down crying. She had lost her husband. And now she was standing on her own, trying to figure out where her life was going. In all her struggles, she was wondering where her life was going. And I said, your life going to go somewhere if you start thinking of where it needs to go. You see, we got to see things differently. For us to improve, we got to see things differently. For us to improve our life and the situation, we got to see life in a different light. And we talk, and I said to her, "It's bitter cold out here. Where are you going from here?" She didn't know where she was going. She had her stuff in bags, and I knew she had nowhere to go. And I said to her, "You got to go somewhere because it's cold. It's freezing." And she looked at me and she said, "I know, sister, it's cold." She wanted to make sure that I was warm. I said, "No, I want to make sure that you are warm. You got to find somewhere to go. There's somewhere waiting for you." And in the dead of that, she said, "Sister, I am just so cold." And in that moment, just to find her a place was somewhat difficult. Why? Because at the time of the night. But what I did, from my heart space, I served her. And I walked to the store that was just about to close. Just about to close. And I make sure I took her with me. And I said, we are going to go to the store. And I'm going to make sure that when we leave the store or when the store is closed, you're going to be warmer than when I met you. We went to the store arm in arm like sisters. I felt like we were like the two sisters from The Color Purple. We skipped going down the road into the store. That was about 10 minutes from closing. And I allowed her to get things that was going to keep her warm. Her gloves, her hat, her scarf. And I wrapped her in her scarf. And I just make sure that she was served. I make sure that she was served, that she was a little bit warmer. And when we left the store, you could see her face just lit up in the dark. And she said, sister, I am so much warmer. I don't know where I'm going, but I am warmer. That, my dear audience, that is success. That is success. When she turned around and said to me, I'm warmer. Thank you. I am warmer. When she turned around to me and said, you just came to me like a mother. You came to me like a big sister, like a friend. Like a friend, a sister, a mother. And I said, yeah, I was sent to you. When someone needs you, God will send you to them or they will come to you. And just that night, we didn't finish there. We spent another 1 hour and we went to the grocery and we shopped. Like sister, we're holding hands, going again. It reminded me of The Color Purple. Celie, you're my sister. You're not like my sister, you're my sister. And we just went for the whole night and we just walked to the supermarket and we talk and we laugh and we just kept going. You see, I am not telling you this story because here we talk about story, and I'm not telling you this story to tell you what I did because I didn't do it. It is the God that is in me. It is my heart space to serve people. And I'm not telling you this to impress anyone because I don't do anything to impress anyone. I'm just doing this to impart on your heart that there's somewhere on your heart that the word serve is written there. And we spent about 2 hours on the street, literally on the street, walking and talking and laughing, sharing. And then I asked her the question again. Where are you going from here? Where are you going from here? She knew of a shelter. She knew of a shelter and she said, sister, because you have been so kind to me. You gave me warmth. You gave me love. You gave me space. I'm going to go to the shelter tonight because it was really cold. I'm going to go to the shelter. I don't want to go there, but I am going to go there. And I left to my house and I prayed that she went to the shelter. I never saw her again. I never saw her again. But I knew God heard my voice. I knew God heard the depth of my heart that my sister needs to be better. I knew God heard me. And I kept hearing her voice that, sister, I am going to do better. Sister, I want to do better. My intention is to do better. And each time, audience, each time you get up is an opportunity for you to do better. Whether they consider you homeless, whether you have a home, it doesn't matter. Your intent should be to do better. do better. And those were the words she said to me. She said, sister, I am going to do better. I want to do better. And I promised her something. And we have this thing where as little children we used to use our pinky, and we do, well, we still probably do it. We do pinky swear. And we did a pinky swear that night. She said, I swear, I am going to do better. And we did a pinky swear. We did a sister swear. And I promised her that I would stand next to her. And she promised me that, sister, I am going to do better. And that was about in January. Now we're in May. And I'm going to bring up why I said tonight's topic is monkey business, because I never saw her again. I never saw her again. But I'm telling you, one day she will be right here telling her own story. Because while I was coming home from work a couple of days ago, I looked through the window and I saw this lady walking by. And I said, ooh, there goes my sister. She was going. And I recognized her from the back. I said, that is my sister. And she looked stronger. She looked healthier. She looked better. And I got off the bus and I'm like, oh yeah. And I got off the bus. And when I got off the bus, I ran. I speed walked. I jogged. I did everything to catch up with her because she was going so fast. And I knew it was her. And while she was going, I raced to catch up with her. And as I got closer, ooh, I thought I was going to be out of breath. Whew. I thought I was going to be out of breath trying to catch up with her. But no. Oh, I was like, no, I'm not. Nope, I was not out of breath. And as I got closer, I said, that's my sister. I kept saying, that's my sister. And I got really close to her. And I got close enough to look at her sideways. And I said, sister! And we felt our heart again. She said, sister! She said, oh my God. She said, that's my beautiful sister. There she is. And we had a moment again. And we hugged and we felt heart again. And I said, oh my God, where you been? Oh my God, how you doing? She said, wait a minute. I said, I saw you from the bus and I was trying to run behind you. I was trying to catch you up. She said, you recognize me from the back? She said, you always recognize me. And so we laughed and we laughed and we hugged and we laughed. And she said, oh my goodness, you always recognize. I said, yes, because you're my sister. Why would I not recognize my sister? Audience, you should be able to recognize your siblings. We got the same DNA. And we should be able to recognize our sister, whether we see them physically or in our spirit. We should recognize when our sister and brother need us. We should recognize that. We should know that somebody needs us. That when they need us, we will show up. And so she said, I was thinking about you. And I said, me too. Yes, me too. And just how we held on again like we normally would do, and we kept walking. And she kept sharing with me, and we kept going. And while we kept going and we laughed and going, and she's telling me all the update that happened to her from the last time I saw her. And she looked so good, so good. And I was so happy to know that she is better. You heard I said that she wanted to be better, and she was better. She gave me all the updates. She gave me all the updates of of all the things that happened to her since the last time we spent together. And while we're going, she said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going home." And we have our little girl talking, and she going home. And just how I said to her, "Mwah, I love you. I love you, sister." And she was about to sing the song for me again because that's her song. But she didn't. She did not sing my song. But I knew somewhere in her heart that was what she was going to say. "I say a prayer for you." Yes. But this time, let me tell you, this time she handed me a gift. Oh, this time she handed me a gift. Do you want to see? This is my gift from my sister. Yes, this is my gift. She handed me a gift this time around. And when she handed this to me, I said, "Oh, you don't got to give me that." She said, "Yes, this is yours." I said, "Oh, no." She said, "Well, I was going to take this to a family member, which is her granddaughter. But then her granddaughter got one already. So she held on to this. And when she held on to it, maybe she knew she was going to meet me. Maybe God told her she was going to meet me. But she handed it to me. As you can see, monkey business. She handed this to me and she said, "It's yours." And I said, "Oh, no." And just like a big sister or a mother, she said to me, "Oh, play with it. It's yours." She said, "Pull this down and you want to see what happened." I said, "Oh." And I got really excited. See? Look. Yeah. That was our moment. So every time I think about her, I would clap about how much she have grown, how much she have improved, and how much she told herself she was going to be better, and she's better. She said to me, "My sister, my beautiful sister, this is for you. It was meant for you. It was not meant for my granddaughter. It was meant for you." Now, again, I am not telling you this story to impress you. I am not telling you this story to tell you what God allowed me to do or what I did. I didn't do anything. I am just telling you this story because it's laid on my heart to tell you this story, to share this with you. That together we can do so much more. Together we can sit down and do so much for the next person. I don't have excess amount of materialistic things because that's not what it's all about. I have excess amount of love inside of my heart. When you have excess amount, you should share. Every day you get up, God wake you up, you go outside of your house, you serve within your house first. Whether you live by yourself or you live with a family of 2, 3, 4, 5, serve your family. Serve your family with oneness. Serve your family from deep inside of your heart. Make sure that your heart is pure. Make sure that you let go unforgiveness out of your heart. You got peace in your heart. Many times you are hurting, but let God heal those hurts and serve. Serve those who are around you. And when you open your door and you step outside, remember you're not stepping outside on your own. God is granting your feet to move. And when your feet move, move with the heart to serve. Move and serve someone just to put a smile on their face, an encouragement, a hand to serve. Serve with a genuine heart. Don't serve to get anything back. As you can hear, I said to her, I didn't want her monkey. What was so funny? That I got the monkey. And the monkey is my friend. Serve with a pure heart and pure hands. Because what you need will come back to you. And when somebody needs you, God will place you in their life. God will place you there. Don't serve hoping that somebody's going to pay you, because your pay is already paid. Your pay is your life. Your pay is when you got up. That is the payment. So as your host here on the Question Live Show, I ask you, how are you serving? Because what was so funny when I got this monkey, I got home and I kept clapping hands and it brought such a smile on my face. But when I got home, if you look closely inside of the container of this monkey, I don't even know how to open. I don't even know how to get these things out. But apparently, I don't know if they're candies or whatever they are inside of this container. What was so funny and ironic that when I got home and I sat down for about 30 minutes and dwell on the fact that I found my sister and I dwell on my monkey business, my spirit said to me, look at the colors in the container. And I looked closely at the colors. And then my spirit said, look at your clothes. And what was so funny, I said it's funny, the colors that were here, I had on a sweater with the same exact colors. The exact colors, every single that lies in here. I had on the sweater, but of course, she did not see my sweater because I had on my jacket. So how would she know that? She wouldn't know, but she operated on her spirit to hand me this monkey. My dear viewers, monkey business don't always have to be trickery. Monkey business could be just this gift. A gift from someone who society consider homeless. She's not homeless. She have a home. Everywhere you abide is a home. Whether it's on the street or in a mansion, whether it's in the subway or in a cardboard box, it is considered home. Home is not defined by what is the amount of rooms you occupy. Home, my dear viewers, is where the heart lies. That is home. A house, now, that's a different story. We might talk about that on another time. But this is your host, Verona Willis-Brown, saying, listen, your home is in your heart. Don't forget to open up that door, move the curtain, open up the shades, and just serve. Serve. Not with a willing heart, but with a clean heart and pure hands. And you will see what God will do for you. I want to thank you so much for jumping in, whether you're on the live or you will watch the replay. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Anab. Thank you for showing up. I oftentimes tell you this, that when you show up, you're not showing up for yourself. You're showing up for your family, your community, and generations to come. Let generation come and hear of your story, because my story is my story. My story might be a monkey business. The question is, what will your story be? Thank you for being here. As I told you, this is a new season of the Question Live Show. Thank you for being here, as I will stay in touch with my sister, yet I don't know her name. To me, I'm her sister. She's my sister. To me, she is my singing sister. And that is how she named herself to me. She said, I'm your singing sister. Find your sister. Your sister is waiting for you. Your sister might not hand you a monkey. Your sister might just hand you a shoulder to cry on, a hand to hold, a finger to wipe your tears, a hand just to fix your crown, a heart space, belly to belly. Your sister, my dear, as you tune in, your sister is waiting for you. Your brother is waiting for you. Go out there. Ask God to direct them to you. And as God direct them to you, I said, serve them well. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Question Live Show with your host, me, of course, Verona Willis-Brown. Look forward for tomorrow. We will be here again. We will be in your living room, your bedroom, your dining room, wherever, more often, with more story as we share. Thank you again for tuning in to this episode of the Question Live Show.